bastards! I should have crushed you all! You stupid pricks! You stupid pricks! I should have crushed your pencil neck! I hope you choke on my beer.
Interesting. You okay?
Yeah, I got swarmed, didn't fight back.
Oh, well, you can't fight back against a swarm.
Yeah, my brain says that, but now my gut says I was spineless.
Who was it said, it's better to be a coward for a moment than dead for the rest of your life?
Look, I'm really pissed off right now, Davis.
And you're still alive.
Maybe. But if I gotten killed fighting those a-holes, at least I could live with myself.
So I don't know if I would surprise any of you if I told you that this show is lost media. If you are not from Canada or you haven't watched this video, this is Station X. This was a show that was broadcasted on a Canadian network called Teletoon, very similar to Cartoon Network, and it aired at the at night block, which was basically like Adult Swim. And this show from 2005 was a mixture between animation and live action. It's kind of like if you cross over a PSA with like an after school special type of thing, but it was aired towards teens, and the era is very like edgy 2000s. It's definitely like, you could definitely feel the era. It's pretty much like everybody's aesthetic with like, it's kind of like the Invader Zim aesthetic, but you know, emo and stuff like that. Honestly, this show has almost zero information on it. You can watch 6 episodes, not in full though. The first one you can watch in full, and I think it's the 12th, or the last one, which would be the 12th episode. You can find episode 3 on Vimeo with everything, and when I mean that it's not in full, is kind of similar to how Family Guy does their cutaway gags, and I'm pretty sure other shows did this at the time, where they, in order to make a point, they use a live action segment or even just straight up a music video to tie in with whatever they're saying. Every episode is centered around a moral dilemma, which can range from violence to consensual sex to money to even fashion. And the weirdest thing about this cartoon is I think that compared to almost everything, I want to say, like, from this specific era, it was a very interesting idea to air this type of thing towards teens, considering that a lot of these messages still like hold up to this day. Now, I would be lying though if I'd say that I'm interested in the show just for the writing itself, or it's not really about the writing. I'm more interested in this show for the art direction, and there was a YouTuber that did briefly talk about this, and even if you do look up like every show from Teletoon aired from, you know, start to end, or 2014, whatever, you will find that this show is on almost all those lists. I don't know if they just did the research or if people genuinely remember this show. Clearly there are some people that remember specific music videos, and even maybe not specific segments. There are some segments that I'm not sure if they were done by the creators of the show or if they just like use them from mixed media. Stuff like skateboarding videos of like the parkour, like roof jumpers. It's a very wild 2000s or mid 2000s type of show that, while it is available to watch most of the animation segments, or 6 of those exact, not all episodes are in full, with those other segments and the music videos, for example. Now, the YouTuber that did briefly mention this in their artistic stylist video, did talk about how apparently they found an Aphex Twin song from this show, which got me thinking. And a lot of content that, or a lot of stuff that's kind of blew up over the years with regarding old animation, whether it be Clone High or MTV Downtown, a lot of those blew up for specific reasons. And I think about this show and the different stuff they cover would probably be great for TikTok. Specifically, like they use like an Alexis on Fire song, or introduce people to Electric Six, which I actually heard. I can't believe I'm someone that actually heard Electric Six before I watched the show. Considering that Aphex Twin is somehow represented in this show, this could definitely be big for TikTok. Considering that that Aphex Twin is probably one of the big artists that blew up from TikTok, or just have been highly represented on TikTok, I think this would be a great segue into getting people more interested in the show. Even from an artistic standpoint, some of these backgrounds, some of these shots are perfected. From what I've heard of is low budget, not small team that worked on the show. A lot of the stuff I really can't help but think about Downtown with these backgrounds and these, I don't know like what style of animation this is considered, but definitely if we can get more people interested in looking for, there's 13 episodes, and we have episode 1, 3, 5, 6, 11, 12. Yeah, that's what we have so far. I'm very interested in hearing other people's memories of the show, whether it be music videos, whether it be specific segments. The most interesting episode title that I'm interested in would be the last one, which is Reality. Considering with all of these various dilemmas, I'm very curious with what they would experiment with, what they would talk about with that segment, or with this exact, not segment, but overall theme as a whole. Not all the other ones are, I mean, they sound interesting, but I'd have to see, everything to go along with it. The show is mostly just talking, and a lot of the stuff is exchanged through dialogue. A lot of the dilemmas, a lot of the overall episode structure, it's just primarily dialogue. They'll have segments and music videos that tie in with whatever topic they're talking about, and then it normally gets resolved in a cookie cutter ending, which, again, like I said, I'm not really interested in the writing of this. I mean, the writing of this show is pretty of its time, considering the topics that are still relevant today. But the art direction is something that I feel like a lot more people should be looking into, considering how MTV's Downtown blew up. I'm the most recent animation that I'm watching is Delta State, which is a whole other thing. But it's really a shame to see that not only do we not have the full cartoons, but we also don't have everything to go with it. Now, the one thing I didn't mention is that these episodes have been uploaded by the director of the show, supposedly, most likely. And I think that the first thing that we should do is get him to upload he could just upload all the episodes into a Google Drive, or all the episodes he's already uploaded into a Google Drive, but specifically the ones that are missing the segments, if he has them, because he did say that the reason why he couldn't upload them is because of YouTube copyright. he could just upload them to a Google Drive and everybody can just, get the shows from there. Now, at that point, you could deal with re-uploads, whatever. It's at this moment in time, we're just trying to I want to just get the show out to people that are interested in, I guess, alternative culture. We're interested in art design, animation. Specifically, I still don't know why people like Rebel Taxi has never talked about this, maybe because he doesn't know. A lot of other animation channels are just, could easily bring this show to light, get a lot more people interested. And I'm definitely going to start being more active regarding Lost Media forums and stuff, because this needs to start. We need to start this. I think this would, if everything could be found, I think this would be great. This would be great for teens to watch today, even I guess pre-teens, because there are some, probably, I would argue, even though I'm seeing the rest of the stuff, valuable lessons within these episodes, and more specifically, piece of Canadian history that other people should experience. Now, the one interesting thing that I found about, as little information as I found about this that I could find, is that the Canadian government has archived episode 5, which is money. Is the one about which I find interesting, and I wonder if we could. I don't understand how that could happen. I don't understand how that came to be, but I feel like this whole show should be archived, considering the amount of history and probably some of the best writing that you could possibly hear from a kids, teens perspective written show. Because when I watched MTV Downtown as a 20-year-old adult, but I also feel like that show still resonates with teens, even considering that I think one of the characters is 20 and then the rest is 18, 19. This is a show that is set in Montreal, by the way, and it's for the teens. At least I think. They talk about they talk about a lot of gang related stuff, gang violence and stuff like that too, which I find very interesting from a Canadian show. There's just a lot of topics and discussions that I really would like to find out more. I'd like to find out what other bands were featured in. I'm guessing Billy Talent must have been mentioned. There's a really good song that you could find called Lay Me Down by, I already forgot the artist's name, but I'll put it here, that was featured in the show along with, the song by Electric Six, which, again, they're both bangers. But that being said, I want this to be a movement regarding, for Lost Media. We found the back rooms. Everybody knows that. Now it's time to get people interested in this Canadian, supposedly masterpiece that could possibly still be helpful to the youth today.